Hi, I'm Dr. Mattioli, owner of Origins Incubator, where we help physicians create and launch a successful cash-based membership practice. Today, I want to talk about how to optimize lead flow. And we do this primarily by pre-education. So what I mean by that is if somebody calls your office and they're just asking for information about the practice. The key is to not overwhelm the potential new patient with a lot of information all at once. We want to direct them in a very clear flow process that includes information over the phone as well as a follow-up email so they can review it later, in addition to an invitation for a discovery call. So it's basically 3 steps. So we want to make sure that our verbiage is clear and concise, and also that we give them a follow-up information email and also an invitation to act, to move forward. Now, in Origins Functional Medicine, my practice, I really work to orient the potential patient to the next step. So we do a 3 appointment kind of onboarding process, which involves a discovery call with myself where they learn a bit about me and about my practice and how I would approach their unique case. And then I do an initial consultation, which I do the foundational assessment. And then that leads into the membership. So there's these 3 different spaces. So when a potential patient contacts us, if they have never worked with us before, and I'm just orienting them to the discovery call. So what does that look like? We, over the phone, we tell them that we're a membership-based practice. So we make sure that we're transparent from the very, very beginning. We answer any questions about price or how we run at that time, if it's being asked. But if the patient is like, I have these symptoms and I just want to know, how the doctor would approach my case and how this would work, then whoever's answering the phone is directing them to the discovery call. So an opportunity to speak to myself. No one can sell your services better than you. So I highly encourage to have a flow in place where you can have that initial conversation with the patient. Now, this is the really, really key place. If they decide to move the discovery with the discovery call or not, regardless, you need to ask for their email address so you can email them follow-up information. And sometimes they say no, but not often. So if you say, the next step is we highly encourage you to set up a discovery call with Dr. Mattioli. And if they say yes, that's great. Then we get it on the calendar. And then we send them an email. If they say, no, I'm not really ready for that yet, then you say, okay, well, I'd love to send you some information about the practice so you can review it. What's your email address? And I'll go ahead and send that right over. The email is the same, regardless of if they sign up for the call or they sign up for the, or they don't sign up for the call. So what does this email contain? So for those of you that are members within the Origins Incubator course, I give you the email that we send out. So basically what the email consists of is it's an overview of how the practice works, what to expect. It does include 2 different videos. Videos are super, super important. They don't need to be perfect and professionally done, but it allows the patient to just see your face, see how you speak. It gets them more acquainted with you and your practice. So the videos are, one of them is just, what is functional medicine? Like, how is your overall approach? What does that mean to you, or integrative medicine, or whatever kind of holistic practice that you have created? So one video is just like that, how you approach medicine from your standpoint. And then the next video is what to expect with the foundational assessment. So the foundational assessment, if you remember, is that next piece. So that is really what we're trying to convert people from the discovery call to the foundational assessment. They're not the foundational assessment. We're really discussing how we would approach their care in the membership. So 2 videos. One is like, what is functional medicine? Like, what is your approach? The next is, what is the foundational assessment? What to expect. So in that video, I discuss the things that we go over in that initial appointment. I discuss what they can expect from it, what they will get from it, because I want them going into the discovery call with this information. So now they have some idea about my approach. They know that I'm a cash-based membership practice. And then they know that after the discovery call, the next step would be the foundational assessment. They've already kind of started to get this kind of information. So my whole goal at the discovery call is I'm not trying to give them all this information all at once. Like, this is a unique practice. It's not a typical way of practicing medicine. So there needs to be some pre-education. But when people are confused or overwhelmed, they don't move forward. And so the whole goal is at the lead-in phone call, orient them to the discovery call. Make sure you send them that initial email prior so they have an idea of the flow of your practice and how you work, and they can see your face before they speak to you. Then at the discovery call, you discuss how you would approach their case, and then you're just focusing them on the foundational assessment, that initial consultation. And I'll discuss in another video how I go into that appointment. But people in the incubator, you have all of that information. Um, so take home points is make sure that you are very clear on your flow. Make sure that you are dripping out that information for your potential patients so they can kind of read it, digest it, because they shouldn't just be learning about the inner workings of your practice for the very first time during that discovery call, because that discovery call should be very much centered around them, and how you would approach their case. You're really personalizing it, and you're creating that connection with the patient, and you're seeing if you're a good fit. If you try to kind of switch the energy all of a sudden to like bam bam bam, this is how we work, it kind of shifts things. And so we want it to be more about like support, like this is how we work, this is how we can potentially help, and really making sure that you're entering into that relationship where you are helping them and that you're a good fit. I mean, that's really what you're trying to do at that initial place. So I hope this was helpful with regards to flow. If you're tracking your leads and then you're seeing how those leads are converting, if there is a drop off between the initial contact, that discovery call, and that initial appointment, then you might be overwhelming them at the discovery call. Um, and and so that might be something to consider, is would a pre-education piece be a good fit for you. So if you're currently a member of the incubator and you have specific questions about that, go ahead and schedule a coaching call with me. I'm happy to review that with you in detail. And if you're listening to this and you're ready to open up a cash-based membership practice, then you can always schedule a strategy session with myself to see if we're a good fit. Thanks a lot.